I think that the alternative society is a reaction against the sheer joylessness and meaninglessness of most people's lives. That's what the alternative society is all about. It seems to me that there's an attitude towards sex which is different. It's now become much more libertarian and guiltless. I mean, young people do amazing things sexually these days, but which perhaps isn't much different from previous times, but they don't feel at all guilty about it. I think their attitude to culture now is radically different. I mean, whereas before, if something was ephemeral, it was considered to be trivial and worthless, whereas now that's become perhaps an advantage if an art form's ephemeral, like pop music's the obvious thing in that. I think that they now just perhaps... You see, when society does go through a fantastic change, like when the Industrial Revolution came along, there was a drug to go with it. The drug was gin. And I think that there's now a similar fantastic change in a lifestyle, and there's other drugs to go with that, of which the most popular, or the most fashionable, is cannabis. So that seems to me to be part of the underground. Another ingredient is the high mobility of the people involved. That the people don't no longer set about having families living in a suburban house in that one spot for the rest of their lives. They move around an amazing amount. I mean, you get literally, thousands and thousands of people hitchhiking from Istanbul to Kathmandu or to Bangkok for year after year. It's not just a sort of quick 2 months holiday abroad and then back to their job. And it seems to me that the travel or being a nomad is part of the underground situation. And also, lastly, I mean, a political attitude. And a really strong political attitude of anti-authoritarianism, of anti-society. All these are part of the alternative culture.